Good morning everyone, welcome to another episode of To The Point. Today's topic of discussion is Supplementary Demands for Grants, that is SDG. First of all, let's see why is it in the news. The Supplementary Demands for Grants or SDG in winter session of Parliament is expected to include extra funding for subsidies on fertilizers, food and fuel, as well as for the Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. Now let's discuss about the supplementary demands for grants. Article 113 of the Constitution requires presenting any funding request from the Consolidated Fund of India as a demand for grants to the Lok Sabha. These additional grants are necessary to cover the government's expenditures. The Comptroller and Auditor General of India highlights these excesses to Parliament's attention. Supplementary demands for grants are submitted during each of the 3 Parliament sessions whenever the authorized amount for the current financial year proves insufficient. The Public Accounts Committee reviews these excesses and provides recommendations to Parliament. Now let's discuss about types of grants. Additional grant. Granted for unforeseen expenses in the current fiscal year not budgeted for. Excess grant. Granted when spending on a service exceeds the budgeted amount in a fiscal year. Supplementary grant. Granted when Parliament's authorized amount for a service in the current fiscal year proves insufficient. Vote of credit. Granted for unexpected exceptional demands. Exceptional grant. Granted for special purposes outside the current fiscal year's regular services. Token grant. Granted by reappropriation for new service expenditure. It involves a nominal sum ₹1 approved by Lok Sabha. And reappropriation involves transferring funds between budget heads without additional expenditure. Now moving on to drawbacks. They elevate the fiscal deficit and public debt, potentially impacting macroeconomic stability and growth negatively. Moreover, they diminish the transparency and accountability of the budgetary process, often passing without thorough scrutiny or debate in Parliament. Now it's time for the practice question. Consider the following statements regarding the supplementary demands for grants. 1. Article 113 of the Constitution requires presenting any funding request from the Consolidated Fund of India as a demand for grants to the Lok Sabha. 2. The additional grants are necessary to cover the government's expenditures. 3. The Public Accounts Committee reviews these excesses and provides recommendations to the Parliament. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3? Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.